Hi everyone, Ollie here. Welcome back to the channel. This is just going to be another one of these short little viewer Q&A videos. But it was a good question. I was asked recently by someone, I can't remember in response to exactly what, but I was asked what my study process is, like how do I go about studying and absorbing and retaining information while I'm here at med school. And it's a really interesting question because it's something I ask a lot of my peers, how do you do things? Because as someone who has obviously done another degree before and studied for that to pass exams, and I passed my exams pretty well, the way that I have to work at med school, because of the way that the study is different, you need your own ways of kind of absorbing and retaining information. Many of you know that I did another degree first. It was in biosciences, but the way that you have to study is just completely different, because in med school it's all about long-term retention. It's that classic shallow depth, massive breadth. Whereas, before I was looking at the minutiae of protein cascades and things like that. It's very different types of information, and you also need to be able to synthesize it a lot more, I think. So I'll just keep my answer nice and simple. There are 4 main stages that I try to apply to my studying. So the first of those is when I'm in a lecture or trying to take in new information of some sort. What I will normally do is make notes on my laptop. So my laptop has a touchscreen and I'm able to write with a stylus on that touchscreen. So if I'm in a lecture, I have the PowerPoint up on my screen, and anything they say that is superfluous to what's on the slides, like they might give a personal anecdote or a clinical condition or sign that isn't present on the slides, I will write that down and add it to the slides. So then I have the core lecture material that's actually on the slides, and I have my own notes. And obviously, if you don't want to go in for a touchscreen device that you can write on, it would be as simple as printing out the slides before the lecture and writing on with a pen in the same way. I think this is a good balance between getting information down, but also not taking your attention away from the lecturer, because if you've just got your head down and you're scribbling the whole time, I don't like going in with a blank piece of paper and taking notes that way. I don't think you get a lot out of it. The next thing that I will do, and I'll actually be able to show you some of these because I've started filing, is after I have made my annotated slides, I will then write them up like this. So I really recommend, that'd be quite loud, but doing everything in these kind of glossy document wallets, so I can get relevant notes and just keep everything super tidy, organize it by block and by week, or I like to do it by anatomy, physiology, sock pop, things like that. Just keep your notes nicely organized. I'm actually going to be doing a ton more of these for the first blocks over Easter, because I didn't start doing it this way until last block. So you change as you go. So far I have an annotated set of slides, and I have a paper kind of written up notes version, which I normally try to keep to 2 sides of A4 if I can, and I will need to go on and condense that further when it comes to proper revision over Easter. The next stage for me, so stage 3, is I will go through and do these diagrams. So you've seen plenty of these before, I would imagine, on the channel, but just kind of useful diagrams and memory aids. So they're ways of remembering things, and color-coded diagrams, they're kind of revision resources. So done my annotated slides, done paper note write-up, then I do nice colourful diagrams because I think it increases my chances of remembering it long term. And then we come on to the last point, which is retention. That for me is a combination of 2 things. It's periodically looking through my colourful diagrams just for a surface level overlook at things, then I can go back to my notes if I need it in more detail. The other thing that I do is Anki, which I showed as part of my week at med school video. You can use it on a PC or on your phone or other mobile device, whatever you like. But Anki, I think for me, and it's spaced repetition, it's essentially flashcard software, but you can build up over time your retained knowledge. By the time you've done a card 5 or 6 times over the space of maybe a week or 2 weeks, that knowledge tends to stay with you. And as much of a grind as it really is a grind, because you have to review your cards every single day. The knowledge does stick with you, so I really recommend it. So I hope that's useful, guys. I hope it gives a little insight into the way I study and answers the question, at least from my perspective. If you've got any ways that you study either in med school or in your current degree that you think are really useful, tell me, because I'm about to start revising for my summer exams over Easter, so I'd really love to hear from you on that front. Thanks so much, guys. Take care, and I'll see you in another video. Bye bye.